He certainly had hopes and ambitions for higher office, and had dedicated his life to hard work, zeal, and patience. Still, he would not deny himself his one great pleasure, so he purchased 2 tickets in the very best section of the theater for the opening night performance of Rostov's The Bearded Countess. As fortune would have it, into the theater that night came his respected superior, General Mikhail Rasulov, the Minister of Public Parks himself.
Good evening, General.
What? Oh, yes, good evening.
Permit me, sir. I am Chernikov, Ivan Ilyich. This is a great honor for me, sir.
Yes.
Like yourself, dear General, I too serve in the Ministry of Public Parks. That is to say, I serve you, who indeed is himself the Minister of Public Parks. I am the Assistant Chief Clerk in the Department of Trees and Bushes.
Ah, yes, keep up the good work. Lovely trees and bushes. Very nice.
My wife would very much to say hello. General, this is she, my wife, Madame Chernikov.
How do you do, General?
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
How you do?
Good, thanks.
How do you do, Madame Vasiliahov? This is my wife, Madame Chernikov.
Hi, how are you? How do you do? Good, great.
And I am my wife's husband. How do you do, Madame Vasiliahov?
Sorry. Terribly sorry.
I hope you enjoy the play, sir.
I will if I can watch it.
Feeling quite pleased with himself for having made the most of this golden opportunity, Ivan Ilyich Chernikov sat back to enjoy The Bearded Countess. He was no longer a stranger to the Minister of Public Parks. They had become, if one wanted to be generous about the matter, familiar with each other. And then, quite suddenly, without any warning, like a bolt from a gray thundering sky, Ivan Ilyich Chernikov reared back his head and...
Achoo! Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Your Excellency. I'm so terribly sorry.
Never mind, it's all right.
All right? It is certainly not all right. It's unpardonable. It was monstrous of me.
You make too much of a matter. Let it be.
How can I let it rest? It was inexcusable. Permit me, sir, to wipe your neck, General. It's the least that I can do.
Leave it be, it's all right.
But I splattered you, sir. Your head is completely splattered. It was an accident, I assure you, but it is disgusting.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
The thing is, Your Excellency, it came completely without warning. It was out of my nose before I could stifle it. Shh. Yes, certainly. I'm sorry. It's not a cold, if that's what you were concerned about, but probably a particle of dust in the nostril. Shh.
But try as he might, Chernikov could not put the incident out of his mind. The sneeze, no more than an innocent anatomical accident, grew out of all proportions in his mind until it resembled the angry roar of a cannon aimed squarely at the enemy camp. He played the incident back in his mind, slowing the procedure down so he could view it again in horror, the infamous deed.
Charming.
Yes, charming.
Charming, simply charming. Wasn't it charming, my dear?
I found it utterly charming.
I was completely charmed by
Who's
it.
tapping? Who's tapping?
Excuse me, Your Excellency. It's me. I'm the tapper, Chernnikov.
Oh, stand back, dear. It's a sneezer.
No. It's all right. I'm completely sneezed out. I was just concerned at your going out into the night with a damp head.
Oh, Dad, it was a trifle. I'm your fault, Pa. Forget it, young man. Amusing plight, don't you think? Did you find it amusing?
Amusing? Oh my goodness, yes. So true. I haven't laughed as much in years.
And what part interested you the most?
The sneeze. When I sneezed on you, it was unforgivable, sir.
Forget it, young man. Okay, my dear, we must go. Looks like rain. I don't want to get my head wet again.
You shouldn't let people sneeze on you, dear. You're not to be sneezed at.
Oh, I'm ruined! He'll have me fired from trees and bushes. They'll send me down to branches and twigs.
Don,
What?
what's wrong?
Well, I'm a bit scared.
And so they walked home in despair.
Perhaps if I send him a nice gift, maybe some Turkish towels.
Chernikov's once promising career had literally been blown away.
Why did this have to happen to me? Why did I go to the theater at all? Why didn't I sit in the balcony with the people of our own class? They love sneezing on each other.
Come to bed, Yvonne.
Perhaps, if I were to call on the general and explain matters again, but in such a charming and self-effacing manner, he would have no choice but to forgive me.
Maybe it's best not to remind him, Yvonne.
Oh, no. If I ever expect to become a gentleman, I must behave like one.
So the morning came. It so happened was the day the general listened to petitions. And since there were 50 or 60 petitions ahead of Chernikov, he waited from morning till late afternoon.
Next.
I'm not next, Excellency. I'm last.
Very well then. Last.
That is me, sir.
Well, what is your petition?
I have no petition, sir. I'm not a petitioner.
Then you waste my time.
Do you not recognize me, sir? We met last night under rather explosive circumstances. I'm the splatterer.
The what?
The sneezer. The one who sneezed. The sneezing splatterer?
Indeed. What is it now that you want? A good type?
No, Excellency. Your forgiveness. I just wanted to point out, there was no political or antisocial motivation behind my sneeze. It was a nonpartisan, nonviolent act of God. I cursed the day the protuberance formed itself in my fist. It's a hateful nose, sir. It is a hateful nose, and I am not responsible for its indiscretions. Punish that which committed the crime, but absolve the insolent body behind it. Exile my nose, but forgive me, your kinship, forgive me.
My dear young man, I'm not angry with your nose. I'm too busy to have time for your nasal problems. I suggest you go home and take a hot bath. Or a cold one. Take something. But don't bother me with this business of yours. Gibber. I've heard this all day.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. God bless you and your wife and your household. Oh, may your days be sweet and your nights even better than your days.
The feeling of relief that came over Chernikov was enormous.
Oh, may the birds sing in the morning in your window, and may the coffee in your cup be strong and hot.
The weight of the burden that was lifted was inestimable.
Oh, I worship the chair that you sit on and the uniform you wear that sits on that chair.
He
do I worship.
He walked home singing and whistling like a lark. Life was surely a marvel, a joy, a heavenly paradise.
And yet,
And yet,
have I been the butt of a cruel and thoughtless joke?
had the minister toyed with him?
If he had no intention of punishing me, why did he torment me so unmercifully?
If the sneeze meant so little to the minister, why did he deliberately cause Chernigov to writhe in his bed?
To twist in agony the entire night.
Chernigov was furious.
I am furious!
He foamed and fumed and passed the night through, and in the morning he called out to his wife,
Sonia! Sonia! I have been humiliated.
Ivan, who would humiliate you? You are such a kind and generous person.
Who? I'll tell you who. General Brasilyahov, the Minister of Public Parks.
Well, what did he do?
Oh, the swine. I was humiliated in such subtle fashion, it was almost indiscernible. The man's cunning is equal only to his cruelty. He practically forced me to come to his office to grovel and beg on my knees. I was reduced to a gibbering idiot.
You were that reduced?
Oh, I was reduced. But I must go back and tell him what I think of him. The lower classes must speak up. The world must be made safe so that men of all nations, all creeds, regardless of color or religion, will be free to sneeze on their superiors. It is he who will be humiliated by I.
And so the next morning, Chernigov came to humiliate he.
Last? Well?
Well, you say. Do you not recognize me, Your Excellency? Look at my face. Yes, you are correct. It is I once again.
It is you once again, who?
Chernigov, Excellency. I have returned, having taken neither a hot or a cold bath.
Who let this filthy man in? What is it?
What is it? What is it, you ask me? You sit there behind your desk and you ask me, what is it? You sit there in your lofty position as General and Minister of Public Parks, a member in high standing among the upper class. And you ask me, a lowly civil servant, what is it? You sit there with full knowledge that there is no equality in this life, that there are those of us who serve and those of us who are served, those of us who obey and those who are obeyed, those of us who bow and those that are bowed to, that in this life certain events take place that cause some of us to be humiliated and those that are the cause of the humiliation, and still you ask, what is it?
What is it? Don't stand there gibbering like an idiot. What is it?
I'll tell you what it is. I wanted to apologize again for sneezing on you. I wasn't sure that I made it clear. It was an accident. An accident, I assure you.
Out! Out, you idiot! Fool! Imbecile! Get out of my sight. I never want to see you again. If you ever come across my line of vision, I'll have you exiled forever. What's your name?
Chernigov!
You maggot. You insect. You're lower than an insect. You are the second cousin to a cockroach. You are the half brother of a bedbug. You are the nephew of a ringworm. You are nothing to me. You know, nothing. Nothing!
At that moment, something broke loose inside Chernakov. Something so deep and vital, so organic, that the damage that was done seemed irreparable. Something drained from him that can only be described as the very life force itself. The matter was over for once and forever. What happened next was quite simple. Ivan Ilyich Chernakov arrived at home, removed his coat, laid down on the sofa, and died. Wait! For those who are offended by life's cruelty, there's an alternate ending. Ivan Ilyich Chernakov went home, took off his coat, laid down on the sofa, and inherited 5 million rubles. There is not much point to it, but it is uplifting. I assure you, it is not my intention to paint life any harsher than it is, but some of us are indeed trapped. Witness the predicament of a young governess who cares for and educates